Find out which American Grandmaster is set to appear on Fox's new reality TV show, Kicking and Screaming. Nigel Short proves that old dogs are capable of the new trick of beating 2800s in Gibraltar. We watched the most exciting chess video from the last 2 weeks of the Pro Chess League, but the big question from everyone is, of course, just how hot is Wesley So right now? He is so hot right now, in the words of Mugatu. It's ChessCenter, more captivating than the opening lines to a Vonnegut novel, and it starts right now. Grandmaster Federico Ponza found a brilliant strategical breakthrough here as black in the Pro Chess League for his team, the Buenos Aires Krakens. Tell everybody how he took down Amon Hamilton of the Chess Bras.
He obviously realized that the king on e1 is not where it should be. He needs to open the position in order to attack this king. So he went for e5, and after the capture on e5, he even sacrificed a piece on the very same square just to open everything up.
After f takes e5, that's exactly what he did. He captured back, broke through with f4, and as you said, everything opened up so much that Amon Hamilton just resigned here. Dealing with the threat of queen h4 and bishop h3 mate was just too much for the chess bra to come up with a defense. Such a nice way for black to win quickly. Speaking of black winning, though, our top move of the week goes to Ruslan Ponomarev for finding an absolutely brilliant approach here under time pressure. Tell everybody what he played.
It's a stunning move, and taking into account that he has almost no time on his clock, d4 is a brilliant idea. B takes c5 was played in the game, and he doesn't want to move the queen. He was going for d takes e3, and after sacrificing the queen on d6, e2, there's no way to stop promotion.
And that's exactly what happened. White gave one more check for good measure and tried to pretend to have some sort of mating net, but as soon as that rook moved, he forgot he was pinning the knight. And Ponomarev captured the queen and went on to win the game. Though he won this game, he did not lead the Dublin Desperados to a win in his Pro Chess League debut. The boys are back in town. They look like they're having fun together at the Gibraltar Chess Festival. But first, we got to start off with who won Tata Steel and telling us just how hot that player is right now. Peter?
Yeah, Danny, Wesley So is clearly the hottest man in chess at the moment. He has now not lost 56 games in a row, and that's including 13 games in Tata Steel, the tournament he won. On Sunday, he was actually the first winner of the day because Jan Nepomniachtchi, he basically played a very bad game actually as white. That allowed So to win his final round game, and therefore there was not a single drama anymore. There were three more players, Magnus, Carlsen, Levon, Aronian, and Wei Yi, who could have caught So if he had drawn, and there would have been a playoff, but none of that happened. So was just a very quick winner today. And among the people seeing that from on-site was 12 world champion Anatoly Karpov visiting the tournament, and it was a great success for the American.
Magnus Carlsen can't be too happy about how his 2017 has started. He missed a mate in 3 and didn't win the flagship event that kicks off every year, but he did still finish in second. How do you think the world champion is feeling about his event?
I think he's still not too dissatisfied. He will be dissatisfied about his play. He stated it during the tournament. At the same time, still in second place, of course. A tweet by Olympia Urkan day before the last round kind of summarized it. When Magnus Carlsen is off form, he's finishing second or third. When the rest of the field is off form, they are points behind him. I'm paraphrasing it a little, but that's the difference. Norwegian world champion, even when he's not playing great, he's still clear second place in wijk aan zee.
So let's talk about who's on form in Gibraltar. Mike, jumping over to you. Who are the leaders at this point, and how has the event been so far?
Well, Danny, we're just past the halfway point in the 15th edition of the TradeWise Gibraltar Chess Festival. Nobody has a perfect 6 out of 6, but there are 3 players on 5.5. 3-time champion Hikaru Nakamura is one of them, as well as Mickey Adams. He has 1 belt to his credit, and also the young Spanish talent David Anton. How they got there? Well, for Mickey Adams, he beat the top 2 Chinese players, in fact, the top 2 female players in the world, both Ho Yifan and Zhu Wenjun. And as far as David Anton, he's beating the Israeli team. He beat both Satovsky and Gelfand. And interestingly, in round 5, the only 2 perfect scores were Zhu Wenjun and also Emil Satovsky. They agreed to an amazingly quick draw, 20-minute draw, and they both lost in round 6. So the gods The Kaisa chess gods were very upset at them for having done so. And one more quick note, and a massive tie for fourth is Nigel Short. I believe he's about 51 years young. He beat Fabiano Caruana in round 6, the first 2,800 he has beaten since, I think you know this, Danny, 1993, the PCA World Championship against Kasparov. And Kasparov tweeted at Nigel right after the game. We'll show him that on the screen right here, congratulating his fellow senior citizen on beating Fabiano today.
It's been a little while since we got to feature a huge mouse slip, something that only happens in online chess, but in this game you see right here before you, Grandmaster Augustine from the Norway Gnomes was just about to earn his team a draw until he played this move right here, queen to e2, and as you can see from the reaction by the commentators, this was something. Was it a mouse slip? Was it a pre-move? Either way, Alexandra, coming back to you, how bad does this have to feel to lose a game for your team with something that had nothing to do with the X's and O's of chess, but just a completely practical blunder?
Well, if it was painful for me to just watch it, I can't imagine how the team must have felt. With all the perks of online chess, you get a couple of mouse slips in there. It's unclear if he was trying to pre-move or if he was trying to play queen d1, but I think everyone feels a pang of empathy after seeing that painful mouse slip.
You were live on site when the world champion was unable to win this position against Anish Giri. Tell everybody first what he should have played and what the mate in 3 was here for white.
In this position, Magnus Carlsen should have played rook c8 check, which leads to king g7, rook f7 check, and after king h6, it's mate, rook h8 mate. And it was just inexplicable why the world champion did not see this. He played bishop f7 almost immediately in this position, and this move, even after this, he might have had winning chances, but not seeing mate in 3, especially if you think about this mating pattern that he missed, it's the exact same mate that he gave to Sergei Karyakin in New York.
Yeah, it is, with the queen sacrifice that was heard around the world when he ended the match and retained his world championship title. How did Magnus react after making such an inexplicable blunder, something that you don't hear every day when a world champion, even a super grandmaster, misses such a simple win?
I think that he still cannot digest it. He doesn't really want to give us interviews or appear in front of the audience. I know that this must be very painful for him, but we still want to see him. The fans want to see Magnus Carlsen, and he should forget about this game.
It's not the Puffins this time, but I think everyone would love to see the way the San Jose Hackers covered their match this week.
What if rook f1? I don't understand. Queen h6, go back. But then knight to f5, queen h5. I don't know. He's been playing well under time pressure. Very well. Kavusky said, he's a very good blitz
He's very
player.
experienced with blitz. Very experienced.
Okay. I think that he should play queen h5 here. He just has 5.9 seconds on the clock, and he's playing well.
I mean, this position is so complex. I mean,
I know, right? And he's blitzing out these moves like a champion would. Oh, look at the pin! The bishop! Yes, he won! Look at the bishop pins the king. Followed by very nice, very nice.
So he did
fantastic.
Okay.
Pretty hilarious stuff from that kid. What do you think of Christopher?
From the way he was doing commentary, he was so excited, I almost felt that he was playing the game himself. I think he definitely has an entertainer career ahead of him.
Alexandra, let's tell everybody what the best and worst moments were of January.
Although this is a little bit late, for number 3 we have Karyakin winning the World Blitz in late December. This is a great comeback after the World Championship match.
Absolutely denied Carlsen there in Qatar. For number 2, we're going to give it to the Pro Chess League, launching something that's never been done before. 48 chess teams from around the globe, more than 100 grandmasters, super GMs, 500 players. Something crazy is happening online, and it might be that chess is becoming an esport.
And speaking of crazy things, for number 1 we have Wesley So's absolute domination of Tata Steel. Wesley So has now gone 56 games without losing, so we gotta tip our hats to Wesley for that accomplishment.
Enough of the fun times. Let's remind everybody of some of the wretched things that happened in the month of January to a few certain chess players.
For number 3, we had Ivanchuk losing on time at the Gibraltar Chess Festival. He thought he had already made time control, and I don't know how this was able to happen to someone to his level of experience, but I guess everyone makes mistakes in chess.
Sticking with the action on the rock, number 2 goes to the men's team during their annual Battle of the Sexes game. For the men, for some reason, choosing to move their G-pawn early and often, getting terrible positions and not winning this match against the ladies despite way outranking them on rating.
And speaking of not winning, for number 1, we have perhaps the most embarrassing moment of Magnus Carlsen's career, where he missed a maiden 3 against Anish Giri, went on to draw the game, and had a pretty bad tournament at Tata Steel after.
Gibraltar tournament director Grandmaster Stuart Conquest loves to wear pink on the dance floor, as you can see. Danny, who should play him in a Hollywood movie?
Only one man could obviously depict the lifestyle of Stu the Fox on and off the chessboard. Has to be Jack Nicholson. Moving away from the hypothetical movie scenario, we get to ask a question about an actual reality TV show. Grandmaster Sam Shanklin is set to appear on Fox's new show, Kicking and Screaming. Looks like a survival-type show. Mike, how far do you think Shanky made it?
Pretty far. For anybody who saw how he got out of that jam against Team India in Baku, the guy's a natural survivalist. We'll see in March how far he got. Recently, Danny, I just saw a clip from the 1989 German movie Zugzwang. Do you recognize this poor chess player?
So that's what Karpov would have been doing if Fischer had actually showed up in 75 and beaten him. Let's go back to Gibraltar and ask a question about the Battle of the Sexes game, where the men, they used the G-pawn early and often. Do you think the ladies felt disrespected by this?
I think so. Revenge is a dish best served on the G-file. The women came back to tie the match 1.5 all. Pretty good against a team with elite grandmasters. Also, we had Nigel Short winning his first game against a 2800 in a quarter century. How do you think the old guard feels about that?
Well, Garry Kasparov tweeted and congratulated the old dog. He's a senior chess player who just might have one more Gibraltar win left in him. Our last question has to be about Wesley So and the announcement that Vladimir Tukhmakov will now be the American Grandmaster's coach. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, Mike. Do you think Wesley's going to regret this decision?
Not at all. They've been searching for a coach for a while. They want somebody who'll be on their side. Tukhmakov has already spotted some holes in his knowledge, and he's the former second of Anish Giri. I think it's a great matchup.
The brilliant strategic move, sacrificing a pawn and then a piece, because after I want to say it better.
It's okay.
I was not happy about it.
Well, I was going somewhere with revenge and G. I didn't quite get there, but it was coming.
For instance, Rook B8 is played by black. I don't like how I'm saying it. Sorry.
Okay. Seattle Sluggers, but they weren't too happy about his approach against Conrad Holt. I hate what I did there.
Don't worry.
Way too long.
Another sacrifice, and queen takes d5 will win all the material back black play.
Only one man could truly depict the crazy lifestyle of Stu the Fox on and off the chessboard. Has to be Jack Nicklaus. It is Jack Nicklaus or Nicholson? Jack Nicklaus.
Nicholson. He looks just like Jack Nicholson.